It started a whole new live. Oh my god. Well, for y'all that's catching this on the replay, we had to start a whole new live. I don't know what's going on, but we was talking about Little Kim and Remy Ma. No, Little Kim and Nicki Minaj. Okay, so are we back? All right, we back. We're gonna take some calls. We're gonna take some more calls. I do apologize. All right, let's take another call. 5211. I don't know what just happened, but you know the internet just cut us off. Go ahead.
Hey, Armon.
Hey, what's popping?
Long time no see.
Who is this? Long time no see.
Your old friend.
What do you want? I don't. Who right? I don't know who this is.
Anyways, um, no, I just want to weigh in. So, first, I do think like eventually, yeah, we would like to see a little Kim and Nicki
Oh,
Minaj
you. Oh,
battle.
I know who
But
this is. I had to block you.
yeah,
Oh, you made it back.
mm,
Mm,
sadly,
yes. What made you come back? You got to your senses?
no, the show's still trash. You barely know what you're talking about. But I
Oh.
just want to weigh in on this topic.
Oh, okay.
So, are you gonna let me talk?
And I'm thinking about it. Go ahead.
Okay, but I just want to
Uh,
say that no, eventually we would like to see a battle between them, but don't you think in a way that Nikki has surpassed Kim and we don't really need to see that battle? Like I feel like Nikki should be battling a male rapper, if
no, she battles
anything.
male rappers all the time. I think for the culture, we would. I mean, that'd be nice. Just like, first of all, we know we're not gonna get a Nicki Kim battle. So just off the
Right,
strength of
we're not
that,
gonna get a Nikki battle at all. We're not
but
gonna get a
but it
Nikki
would be
battle at
nice
all.
to get a Nicki battle with men. But because
Right.
but you know we're but it'd be such a good move for the culture to get a Nicki Kim battle because they do have two different generations of people and some of them do blend.
Right.
And I don't think that it's a bad thing. Like I think that's a way for them to come together. However, I feel like they need to come together behind the scenes first before they do
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Don't right. Right. It would not be smart for them just to throw them on live for them the first time for who
Mm-mm.
knows how long they've talked to each other. No, that would not be smart. And honestly, I would even like to see a Misty versus Nikki battle. I think that would even be interesting. But no, I also want to bring up so also that same day, Swiss Beats and Snoop Dogg did a live as well. Did you see those snippets
No, I
that
didn't.
went viral from that live?
No, I
So
didn't see that.
basically, they were talking about I can't I think Swiss brought up like they would like to see um a male versus female battle, and then Snoop Dogg was like, yeah, no. Oh no, Swiss was like, no, maybe we would like to see it, but these males, they're too sensitive. They wouldn't like losing to a female if that were to happen. And I just thought that was just very telling for them to just openly admit that on live. I just want to see what you thought
No,
about
I
that.
think that that's very true. I mean, it just would depend on the kind of male that you would put Nikki up against. But I think that she's probably the
Mhm.
only female that could go up against guys. Um,
Mhm. I think
but
Missy could also, because I've been seeing
oh,
a lot of
Missy too,
talk that
Missy too,
Missy.
Missy too, Missy
Yeah.
too. And I think, but I feel like, in my opinion, I feel like Missy, to me, Missy is the only one I feel like could really compete with Nicki Minaj and wash her
Yeah.
as well. Like
No, it
Missy,
would definitely be like it would come down to the last rounds, honestly.
Like Missy to me is like a Rihanna and a Beyonce situation, like a Missy and Nicki. It's kind of like they're both in their own lanes, and neither one of them is really
Mhm.
better than the other. You like each of them for two different things. You know what I'm saying? And so I
Exactly.
think that'd be dope.
Exactly.
Like that's just like saying we need a Beyonce and a Rihanna freaking
Right.
battle
Right.
because that would be
Right.
everything.
Right.
You know, but it
And
would
we
never
know we would
happen.
never get it.
No.
It would never happen. Never. And then last thing I want to say is, so I see like every time we want to compare, like, okay, Kim and Nikki, blah blah blah. why does it always just come down to the looks and the wigs? At the end of the day, these women are not supermodels. We should be judging just their art. And if we just leave it at art, just like that's all, we're just leaving it to these other artists. Because at the end of the day, yes, artists get inspired from all other artists that come and before them, especially if they're in their lane. So, but why does it, when it comes to literally only Nicki and Kim, it only comes down to, well, she was inspired because her wigs and blah, blah, blah. Okay, take that apart. Can we talk about their art? Because no one can sit here and say that Kim's a better artist than Nicki Minaj. She doesn't have the work ethic that Nicki has. So why doesn't, like, that should show you who really is the quote-unquote queen, and why Nicki feels like the way she does, because she feels like she doesn't get those those flowers, because at the end of the day, her work speaks for herself. Kim didn't have the work ethic to be the quote-unquote queen. Like you just said not too long ago, Kim, you weren't even out doing anything 4 or 5 years before Nicki was even a thought. So why, when Nicki, is a thought and you see her as a threat, now we want to start talking about you? And then there's actually like a clip going around with Nicki was on Angie Martinez's show like a while ago. She said at the end of the day, she looked at it like this. Yes, she got inspiration from Kim, and yes, Kim opened doors for her, but she also looks at it as Nicki saying she opened doors back open for Kim. Because for the life of her, for 3-4 years, no one was trying to book Kim for a show or an interview until Nicki was brought up. Because now they want to compare, and then they want to hear from Kim. And I understood it. So she's like, at the end of the day, yeah, you opened doors for me, and I opened them right back open for you. And she said that it should just be dead right there. But
well, I feel like I feel like people bring the looks into it, because you can't deny the fact that that's why people paid attention to Nicki at first. Like, that's what kind of helped it. The fact that she was low key trolling Little Kim. That would, like, the looks played a very major part in Nicki Minaj's success, even up until she had surpassed Little Kim, and then she started doing the Lady Gaga shit. Like, so looks have always been a part of Nicki Minaj's career, to me. That's why some
people, but as far, I feel like for her true core fans and just maybe even a lot of casual fans, it really was her skill. Because back to what you just said, she came with something new. All the girls before her sound like men. It was time for that bad bitch of rap, and that's what she brought as well. So yeah, was inspired by the looks and the wigs, but maybe that was, like she said, she used to get in the door, but that wasn't just all to her. She was a true artist at the end of the day. And you see, when she got that bread from these labels, she took it and showed us, no, I can also do pop. I can also sing.
But as a female, but hold on. But we got to go back to the looks, because we're talking about women in a male-dominated field, and we all know in a field of in a world of hip hop, being a woman and being a rapper, nobody wants to look at some butch masculine woman. So if you want to be a female rapper, a look is definitely going to be a part of it. If you don't have no look in a male, like, you can might as well get up out of here. That's the look. Hold on. Little Kim is Little Kim, not just because of the words that she said, it's because the words that she said and the clothes that she would wear. So she would be talking nasty and be wearing a G-string thong with pasties on with a green wig, and people would go nuts because it wasn't Little Kim in a tall tee.
It always goes back to her looks. This is what I'm saying. The argument always goes back to our looks. Can we argue the artistry? Like, this is what you see where I'm just trying to get. For some reason, it always just goes back to the looks when it comes to Kim. Can we argue catalog? Can we argue career? Can we argue business?
Well, we can. Let's look at Little Kim's catalog.
You worked with all these high-end labels, but unfortunately, Kim, did you get bread from these? Did you get partnerships? Nicki has a partnership with Fendi. Yeah, she might not be the style icon, but her business mind drove her to be able to do that. So that's what's just like, yes, I respect Kim. I understand what she brought, but I just hate that it's always just limited to the looks when it comes to them two specifically. Because we all know at the end of the day who is the better artist, and time already told that. So that's all I just want to say. But yeah, I know you have more callers on the line. Nice hearing from you though, friend.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so I'm just pulling up Little Kim's catalog. Some of this I don't even know, but I know I like Lighters Up, Magic Stick, Jump Off, Lady Marmalade, How Many Licks, Crush on You. But I know some of y'all the older ones, y'all probably know more than I know. My dad was a big Little Kim fan, and in the hardcore, I remember looking at the freaking the cover art for that. He had every Little Kim. My dad had every one of these. So let's take some more calls. Okay, 8025, you live on the air.
Hi, Armon.
Hey, boo, what's going on?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good. How have you been? Long time no speak.
No, I know I've been working. I'm sorry.
I know.
I'm happy that I'm happy I was up late tonight because I got to catch your show tonight.
Yes. So what do you think?
And this is a really good topic because regardless of how anyone feels, if you really, really understand hip hop, there's no denying that you cannot say that NICKI was inspired by Lil' Kim. I know that people have their own little personal biases and things like that, but Lil' Kim was the first female rapper I ever heard in my life growing up say lyrics that I've never heard a female say.
Right.
I used to be like, did she just say that? Like, I was like 11, 12, 13, like, did she just say that? Like
is she allowed to say that? Like, Little Kim was like the type where you would be listening to it and you would feel like you shouldn't be listening to it. You know what I mean? Like, it almost felt like porn.
Exactly. And that brings me to another point. I remember when I was a kid, she used to be on talk shows. She would get so much backlash for her lyrics. People, a female's not supposed to say that. Oh, she's promoting sex, unprotected sex. Oh, she's encouraging women at a young age to go out and have sex. Like, she was the first female rapper to get all of that slack. It's because of Lil' Kim that a lot of female rappers today don't have to catch the slack that Lil' Kim caught because she was the first one to do it. Lil' Kim was also the first female rapper to be invited to the CFDA Awards, the highest fashion awards in the world. No other female rapper in history had ever been invited to the CFDA Awards before Lil' Kim. She has had endorsements with Versace, so many high fashion lines. And to be honest, like, if you ask me, like, I don't, like, we're talking about looks, and yes, looks is very important, but she was the first female rapper that I remember growing up. I had to cover my eyes when I saw some of her outfits. I'm like, oh, shit, I cannot look at this. It's like,
right.
I mean, honestly, Lil' Kim, I remember her going toe-to-toe with The Lox, with Mobb Deep, all these male rappers. Lil' Kim was the one going in with them. And, I mean, honestly, she paid sex for women. So Nicki Minaj she's tight, she's dope, but Usher didn't tell any lies. I mean, truthfully, if you were born after 1998, I don't really think you have room to talk. I'm sorry. Like, you don't really know. Like, you're trying to really diminish Lil' Kim's career, but there's a reason why 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now, people are talking about Lil' Kim because Lil' Kim was the first female rapper to do a lot of things. And her music,
and I agree with you. And I'm with you on that because it's like, as much as Nicki Minaj and a lot of her fans would like her to think that she is the queen, she is of her time. But before her, there was Lil' Kim, and Lil' Kim was the queen first. Period. The original, Nicki Minaj, Usher did not lie when he said that Nicki Minaj is a product of Lil' Kim, and she is. But I feel like Nicki knows that. Like, Nicki would be a fool to not just admit that. However, Nicki Minaj took it further, which you're supposed to do. And the person that comes after Nicki Minaj is supposed to take it further than her. And it looks like that's going to probably be Doja Cat in the cup. You know what I mean?
There you go.
But
there you go. It's like Michael Jackson's point off Usher and all these new pop artists, Chris Brown.
Yeah.
They all came from Michael Jackson. So when I hear people saying stuff like, oh, well, Lil' Kim, you know, she's botched, she's this, she's that, I'm like, you must not know her catalog, because she's already solidified in history. There's a reason why Ray J calls Lil' Kim the queen of rap. There's a reason why Swiss Beats is asking for Lil' Kim to get on the verses. Lil' Kim is undeniably to many people, the biggest female rapper of all time. In my opinion, she is. That's my opinion. But I was around for Lil' Kim and Nicki Minaj. But if you were around for only Nicki Minaj, you don't know about Lil' Kim's catalog, and it's kind of hard for me to take people seriously who are born after a certain year, because they don't know anything about Lil' Kim. It's kind
of like some of the even younger generations that, you know, don't like Nicki, and they think that there's only a Cardi B and the City Girls and Megan Thee Stallion, and it's like, girl, that's not true. That's not reality.
Exactly. And 10 years from now, people will probably be saying, oh, Nicki Minaj, what? Who?
Yeah,
you don't know anything about Doja Cat and Meg Thee Stallion.
Right.
Who? So it's going to keep going down and down. But there's one name that will always be said, and that's Lil' Kim. Regardless of whoever feels about Lil' Kim, Lil' Kim was
the female Barbie. Like she was the first Barbie. Period. She was exactly. Barbie. And then in Nicki's Barbie, like, let's be clear here. Nicki knew what she was doing. Nicki also knew that she couldn't befriend Lil' Kim, and I respect it, because to be the best, you can't necessarily be friends with the best, because there's only one spot to be number one. And girl, listen, if I got to be the queen, then girl, that means me and you can't be friends, because I have to take your throne. So it is what it is. And I think that Nicki was willing to do that because she knew that she wanted to be that queen, and she knew what it took at that moment, and she did what she needed to do. So she is the queen of this era. But before her, she's not the original queen. Nicki Minaj is not the original queen of rap. It was Lil' Kim first.
But you have to pay homage. You have to pay homage to the people that you took from. The only issue I have with women compared to men, I see men paying homage. Like Chris Brown will pay homage to Michael Jackson. He won't say, oh, Michael Jackson is dead, I'm the new king of pop. I don't hear men talking like that. It's only women. And I don't see anything wrong with giving props to a legend that's still alive. Like, you know, I feel like there's still a way you can do it. I remember Lil' Kim doing songs with women back in the day, when she had ladies' night and all of that. She didn't have
however, but here's the thing with Lil' Kim. I don't think Lil' Kim knew when to give it up. Like, she was trying to hold on to it, but like the caller said before, her work ethic never followed through. So at one point, Lil' Kim did plateau, and then Nicki Minaj surpassed her and moved into different realms. Like, we can't deny that as well.
Honest, even when Lil' Kim came out, when Nicki Minaj came out, I don't think that Kim was really as serious as she was, because I know she started dating the guy, Mr. Papers, then she had her first baby, you know, so now she's a mom. So she's not doing the rap thing as serious, but that doesn't diminish her history. So, I mean, I personally believe, in my opinion, Lil' Kim I think she's a bigger superstar. I think she has a longer lasting legacy. That's my opinion. I think. I feel like this though. I feel like I will tell you this. I will say this. Now, I don't know if I can necessarily argue the legacies, but to your point, I will say Lil' Kim obviously maintained better relationships than Nicki Minaj. Oh, definitely.
Nicki Minaj didn't. She was horrible with her people's social skills. Like, majority of the industry cannot stand Nicki Minaj, and I
And
wonder
that's
what
the
it feels
problem.
like to gain the world and be this big phenomenon, and people literally hate you. Like people still respect, industry still respects Little Kim. There's a large part of industry
Yes,
that does not respect Nicki Minaj.
yes, that is true. That has, and honestly, unfortunately, that does have a lot to do with how you're going to be looked at 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now, because the industry can choose whether they want to honor you, give you a lifetime achievement or not. And they may
Mhm.
choose not to because of relationships. So I believe that Lil Kim, she was a hardcore female rapper, but Maya, Faith Evans, well, not Faith Evans, but Maya, a lot of other female pop artists, rappers, they always say positive things about Lil Kim. So I
And
mean,
you
that
rarely hear people
also
saying
holds a lot.
positive things about Nicki Minaj or giving her anything. It's always just her fans. But
And that's unfortunate because she can spit. Lil Kim, I'm sorry, Lil Kim got some sick fire bars. But so does
but
Nicki
Nicki is a
Minaj.
better
But
rapper than Little Kim, in my opinion.
ew, see,
But see,
that's
but
opinion on
I just, but you know what?
that's
That
opinion.
to
I
me,
don't
it's the
there you
style.
go.
It's the style. I like a
Okay, there
softer,
you
I like a
go.
softer delivery and a more
Yes,
clever delivery,
yes.
and she's more witty and clever, and the double entendres, and it's more modern to me. It's just more hip. It's just her flow. Little Kim's flow is just, yo, I'm the baddest bitch and it's on the floor. And Nicki to me is just more da 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 da. Like it's just, to me, her style is just a little bit more sassy, a little bit more
It
upbeat for
depends
me,
because I feel like
and I like
Lil
that.
Kim changed up her. Yeah, but I feel like sometimes it seemed a little too kitty for me. I don't think that Lil Kim always sounded like a dude. I feel like Lil Kim switched up her style a lot. When she first came out with Bad Boy, she sounded really hard. But as she started to, 1998, 1999, 2000, 2001, 2, she kind of started to sound more, Black Barbie dressed in Bacardi. You know
I'm
what I
trying to
mean?
leave
Be
it somebody,
somebody for a while.
Ferrari.
She was kind
Spread love. It's what a
of,
real
yeah,
mob do.
exactly.
I keep
See,
it
there you
gangsters. What
go.
up to my people? Come on, check out the dot. Give me some
Hey.
okay. How many licks? Wait, what was that one? How many licks did it take till you get to the center of the Oh. I met this white dude.
Yes.
I met this black dude. They call him King Kong. He had a big ass dick with a hurricane tongue. That was everything. I lived for that. How many licks was my?
Exactly.
How many licks did it take
But
till you
look,
get to the
know
center
the
of the
lyrics.
Oh, absolutely.
that was How Many Licks with Cisco. The first one I was rapping was the one with Mr. Cheeks. This from a rose in a time with the Tims. Episodes with the 20-inch rims.
Real good.
Keep it
East
real.
Coast, West Coast,
Yeah,
worldwide.
that song.
Yes.
Jump off.
Yes,
Jump
I've been
off.
going for a minute
Jump
now. I'm
off.
back with the jump off. Goons
For
in the
the
club,
jump
case
off.
something pump
Grooves in
up.
the club,
Yeah,
that's
some.
what's up.
Yeah. Okay, now I'm gonna listen to Lil Kim right now. Now you got me. Now you got me
You're
hyped.
gonna get me
But here's the
going
thing.
up.
But here's the thing, though. She don't have no follow up, so you can't be mad at Nicki Minaj though, because Little Kim's work ethic, she always dropped the ball. Like in these last albums, the last album that she did was the worst thing I ever heard Little Kim do in her entire life. It was all auto tune.
Yeah. No, the last album, that's not vintage Lil Kim. That's not Lil Kim. Like, I mean, that's not her fire. I wasn't a big fan of her latest stuff. But see, at the same time, though, that doesn't deter me at all because I know her catalog. Her catalog is fire. This latest stuff, that's not the Lil Kim I know. But it doesn't take away from how I feel about Lil Kim. She's personally my favorite female rapper.
Right.
So not everybody's not going to hit that high note. Look at Nicki Minaj's latest album. A lot of people didn't like it.
No, it was the
Same
Queen
thing.
album. Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people liked it, but some people didn't. Some people said that's not Nicki Minaj rapping like she normally raps. So you could say the same thing for Nicki, but that doesn't take away Nicki's catalog.
Oh,
So,
wow. We got a queue of 40 people. I got to call you. I love talking to you, but I'm like, damn, we got 40 people in the queue. So that's a lot.
Okay, go take them. Have a great night.
Nice talking to you too. But listen, let me tell y'all something. I know y'all lie. I'm not finna get to all these 40 people. So y'all gonna have to do some super chats to the top if you really want to get on in here. Because we're gonna take as many as we can. and then we gonna get on out of here. Okay? Period. Pull. Hold on, let me see. I think Lisa's on here, so let me go pull Lisa. Lisa, are you in here? I see your number. You done already. Let me make sure. Let me get you on here. Let me see if that's your number. Yep, that's you. Let me pull Lisa. Lisa.
Yeah.
Hey, I seen your number, girl. You done sent a good super chat to the top.
Listen, it's two different eras. This is like Michael Jordan versus LeBron James. Okay. The game was different.
Okay.
The game was different. When Lil' Kim came out, she was the first Raw. She running around grabbing her crotch. She talking about sucking her, you know what? Like, you know, she was in there. She was rapping with the boys. You got to remember that the female rappers were not getting a lot of respect from the male rappers. So she's the first one to come out to get the respect from the male rappers. It don't matter if she was writing her rhymes. It don't matter. None of that. Because if y'all really think all these people wrote their rhymes back in the day, I got another thing for you. That was not the case. Okay? Most of these people that we, you know, revere right now, a lot of them had college degrees. They was not from the streets. Y'all got to understand what the game was at that time. The game at that time, it was all about the gangster rap. It was this, it was that. And so Kim had her beefs with everybody too. She messing with Biggie while he's married to Faith Evans.
Right.
Come on now. That was a big scandal. People did not feel Kim for that at all because Faith Evans was the darling, right? Biggie is the king in New York. All that stuff. There's a whole lot of going on at that time. So the game wasn't the same. Nicki come along, and so now she's a much better rapper, hands down. I am a woman of a certain age. I've listened to them both. I love them both. Nicki is a whole separate flow. She did come with the nasty lyrics, but she sounded like a woman.
Right? Is that like I was trying to articulate that? Did that make sense when I said that? You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, okay. I hope I was getting that across. I like the femininity in the voice, the fishiness of the delivery, the cunt.
And the flow.
And the flow.
And the flow. Right? And her lyrics. You know what she's saying. You know, when she came out, when Nicki comes out, talking about, you know, you got to crawl before you can walk, right? You got to crawl here. You got to do it. She's taking her sexuality and empowering herself as a woman. Kim was taking her sexuality and presenting it like a man. That's a whole different feel, whole different flow to it, right? And I love how Nicki rhymes. I love the fact that she writes her own. I love how she rhymes. I love it. I love it. But Kim, in her day, again, Michael Jordan versus LeBron James is two different games. You can't drop LeBron back in the Michael Jordan days. He's not going to be LeBron back in the Michael Jordan days,
right.
Period. Michael Jordan, you can't bring him now. He's not going to be the same. Kim, at that time, and also I heard somebody saying about, like, you know, she didn't parlay it into, you know, all these, you know, contracts and this and that. That wasn't how it was going then. You have to remember that we had the Congress basically slapping labels on our music saying it was not fit for kids, and, you know, the Caucasian folks trying to protect their children against our gangster rap music and all of this stuff. There was no big, like, Nike contracts and all that for rappers. Not for gangster rappers. That was not even the time. That was not even the time. And at that point in time, you might get, you know, a Coogee this or a FUBU that or whatever, but, you know, FUBU was locked up with LL. And, you know what I'm saying? There's a whole different, there was not the same
So
thing.
do you agree?
There was no Instagram, there was no Twitter.
Do you think that they should do a versus battle?
Oh, definitely. I could see that. But honestly, though, I would rather see, honestly, like a Missy or something like that, because I feel like Missy's
or maybe
flow,
a Kim and a Foxy. I never listened to a lot of Foxy Brown, but that'd be nice.
A Foxy would be good too. There's honestly not many female rappers you could put up against Nicki. I mean,
but you know what? Do you think
honest
it's
to God.
interesting? Do you think it's interesting though? And she might just genuinely like Foxy, but I thought it was very interesting that like Nicki made sure she bigged up Foxy. But there's a piece of me that I always felt like while Foxy Brown was hot, she just wasn't quite Little Kim. You know what I'm saying?
No,
so
never got there.
So Nicki Minaj never minded paying homage to Foxy Brown. However, the Little Kim piece, you just never knew. Did she pay homage or was she throwing her shade? Like, to me, the thing what messes me up about Nicki is because it's like, girl, you know that you shit on Little Kim. You know that you did that. But just admit that and let's move on. So everybody can be cool.
Right. But okay, but I doubt it's back 10 years when Lil Kim come out. Has she come out there and said openly, or even 3 years after she came out, well, you know, I took my homage from this, that, the third. People are going to do the same thing that they do to folks now. Oh, well, she sounded like her, or she got it from her. It's not original. It's not this. It's not that. And we don't know what happened behind the scenes with Fendi and all this. We don't know what was said.
I watched the interview last week where Fendi said, I watched it. They said, whose idea was it for the Little Kim Nicki Minaj poster? Let me pull it up for you. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Lil Kim, right. Nicki Minaj pose. I'm about to pull the picture up real quick. Let me pull this picture up real quick. Okay. Fendi was asked, whose idea was it for this picture? Was this Nicki Minaj or was this Lil Kim? And Fendi...
We started right there in XSplit.
Yeah, I just did it. It just caught again, but hopefully the people... I don't know if this started a whole second freaking... Oh, this is irritating.
No, you back. Same stream.
Is it the same stream? Probably not.
Same stream. You back.
Okay.
No, it is. I'm watching it.
Okay. Cool. All right. So.
All right. We back.
Are you high, bitch?
Well,
get your stupid ass the fuck out of here. You about to get blocked. You dumb bitch. I'm tired of that. Are you high, bitch? What the fuck I gotta be high for? Because the damn internet is not work. Fucking block that stupid bitch. Fucking dumbass hoe. All right. So you see the picture, Lisa?
Yep.
All right. So I asked Fendi about what? Not me. I'm sorry. I watched the interview and he talked about this, and he basically said it was his idea to do this stuff because he was at a point where he wanted a female artist, and Little Kim was the biggest artist at the time. So he needed to use this imaging basically to, you know, get her in, like to open the door for Nicki Minaj.
Yes. And there's nothing wrong with that. Before the Jackson 5, there was the Four Tops. You know what I'm saying? Like, but, come on, y'all. There's nothing new under the sun. You just improve upon what was before, period. So it is what it is. So if she chooses at some point not to give homage to Lil Kim, that's on her. That's something she's going to have to deal with. But I'm going to say this last thing, I'm going to get off because you got a lot of people. Listen, now we are so many years removed from all of the Little Kim drama, and trust and believe there was drama. Mm-hmm. Lil Kim was not the most liked person at the time in the industry, okay? But the woman did time and all this stuff. That has a whole lot to do with it in the game. 10 years from now, we're going to look at Nicki different. Because time heals all wounds. It's a different perspective 10 years from now.
Well, no, I think a lot of people are respecting Nicki. I don't know, industry's not respecting her, but the fans, the Nicki hate train is over. The hate train has now moved to the Cardi B hate train. But that's a whole nother conversation. But thank you, Lisa.
Agreed. But the industry will forgive her later on.
When it's too late.
Right now. Well,
but Nicki's gonna. You know what it is though. You know what it is, because I know what it is. And after watching her and studying her, the issue with Nicki Minaj and why industry people, and people just have a hard time messing with her is because she does not take any accountability for shit that goes wrong. It's always a hate train. Somebody did this to her. Somebody's hating on her. Somebody messed her. Like, she does nothing wrong. Like, Nicki Minaj is the only person I've ever watched, studied, heard of, only human being in the world that will get on a platform and damn near make it like everybody has done something to her. You never hear her be like, damn, you know what? I was wrong in that. You will never hear her say that.
Yeah.
She never takes accountability for shit. It's always somebody did something to her, or somebody didn't want her to be something because she was a woman, or because she was that, or because it's always everybody else. That's my only hiccup with her.
Yeah, yeah. Well, hopefully some years from now she'll reflect and understand. But you're probably right. People don't like people that don't take accountability for stuff. Yes. You know, they just don't like it. And a lot of what she says may be exactly true. Because Nicki came in as a powerhouse. Lil' Kim was not a powerhouse. She was part of Bad Boys, and she let the men bring her along. Nothing wrong with that. She met Biggie when she was 18 years old, da-da-da-da-da. So there's nothing wrong with that. That was the time. That was what had to happen. She had to have that cosign. Nicki did it. She didn't have the cosign. So, you know, it is what it is. But anyway, thank you for letting me speak on this tonight. Good show. Talk to you later.
Love you, Lisa. Talk to you soon.
Love you.
Bye. Okay, let me get my girls on here. Let me get 0421. Let me see where you at. 0421. Did you stay on here? We got a lot of mother freaker. Okay. 0421. You live on the air.
Hey, Armon.
Hey, what's going on?
It's Niagara, your favorite, your number one caller. Okay,
yes.
So I'm about to get the comment section jumping, and I ain't even looking tonight. Okay, so originally I am from Brooklyn, and I am a big, huge Lil' Kim fan. And when I say I'm a big fan, I'm a big, big fan of Lil' Kim. I actually saw her New Year's Eve last year. She came to upstate New York, to Albany, and she performed. And I'm not gonna hold you, like when I tell you, like, I really don't pay to see celebrities because I've seen them all before. When I used to live in New York, it's nothing to see somebody.
Mm-hmm.
This bitch came. Excuse me. She came out at 1:00, literally, when the ball dropped. And she came out for 15 minutes. And when I tell you, I was so mad because I waited so long, because I am a hardcore Kim fan. And I was just so excited to see her in person because I never saw Kim in person before. It was like the biggest thing. It was the biggest thing for me. Okay, so we're going to get into things. Honestly, to be honest, Nicki Minaj is a Lil' Kim clone. What did she say? A Lil' Kim clone. She is. And that's what it is. Facts on that. It doesn't matter if Kim never wrote her rhymes or she had writers, and it doesn't matter if Nicki had help and wrote her right, because if you look at how they used to compare who wore what and who wore this, it looks like Nicki Minaj would have the same get up old school wig that Kim would wear and all of that. And that's just the facts. And I just feel like she did it better. She did, because you know, it's a newer time, it's a newer generation, and I'm not trying to lie. Just how they push Cardi for no reason, they push Nicki Minaj, and I'm not gonna hold you. When Nicki Minaj first came out, I'm not gonna lie, I did not like her because I'm so used to Kim. I'm so Brooklyn when it comes to Kim. You don't understand. I love all her music, and I'm about to be 30. So Kim came out when I was like maybe like 7, 8, 9, 10. So what that says to me is that I just felt like I couldn't get with Nicki Minaj because I felt like Barbie this and Barbie that. Like, you don't understand. Kim started Barbie. That was Kim's thing. Barbie, Black Barbie, Justin Bacardi.
I'm trying to leave it somebody's Ferrari. It's mad love.
You know,
yeah.
Yes, that was what Mr. Cheeks and all of that. And Mr. Cheeks had a song from way back in the day, and Kim came and remixed that. So when I tell you that Nicki Minaj basically took her whole identity, but she ran with it, and she had people to push her, just like how Cardi came out. And when I said it came down to the looks, it came down to everything. And then I guess Nicki Minaj did try to pay homage to Lil' Kim, but it ended up going back and forth and them beefing. And I couldn't be mad at Lil' Kim because I felt like you really stole my identity. You took my color wigs, you took my style, you took having the legs poked out with your poom out and all of that, and the furs and all of that. now if Nicki Minaj came out with not the same style and not the same color wigs and all of that, it's how she did the color wigs. It wasn't like, any color wig. It was the same exact style. Kim came out with the whole collection. That's one thing about Kim I can tell you. She dresses to the T. That's her whole come up. The whole Versace, Chanel, all of that.
Yeah, Lil' Kim will not let that go. She making sure you guys know that she was that girl that was giving that.
If you see Kim in person, she looks bad. You would think because of the pictures make her look bad. When I say Kim looks so good on New Year's, I wanted to cry because I was just so excited and so hyped to see her. She does not look as bad as people make her look in pictures. But when you see her in person, she looks a lot better with the whole glam scott and all of that. She looks good. Her body looks right. When you see pictures, you be like, oh my God, why she did that? Like looking like Summer Walker. But when you see her in person, she looks so much better, Armon. When I tell you, I wanted to cry because this is like I've been listening to her my whole life, and I felt her when Nicki Minaj came out. But I'm not gonna hold you. I didn't start liking Nicki Minaj until 3 years ago. I started really bumping all her songs, like Drip Too Hard, Barbie Things, all the songs where she had all the girls in the video, all the video Instagram things, all of them. Just recently, I just started liking Nicki Minaj. Up until then, I was like a big Little Kim fan, and I just felt like Nicki Minaj stole her whole come up, and it was just too much for me. But I honestly feel like she is a clone, but she ran with it and she did it better. And then eventually Nicki Minaj dropped that whole colorful looking era thing and came out to be more naturally. And I like that better on Nicki Minaj. When she dropped that whole looking like the Lady Gaga and trying to be extra, and what does she call her second personality? That she goes off and acting like she's from London. When she acting like she's from London, girl, you not from London, you're from Queens and you come from the island, like, come on now. So when she started being more natural and having her natural wigs and her natural hairstyles and not being all colorful, she's still colorful, but you get what I'm saying, not as dramatic looking. That's when I really started liking Nicki, because that's when Nicki starts looking like you. Well, not like you, but you get what I'm saying. She becomes more natural instead of looking all extra, stuff like that. So I just want to say that, I just want to say that, but I am saying Cardi is Nicki Minaj's karma. Cardi is Nicki Minaj's karma, because the same thing you did to Nicki, the same thing you did to Kim, that came right back to you. What do you think, Mama? What you think? Am I bugging or not?
I don't feel like Cardi. Well, I mean, it could be, because she accuses Cardi B of copying all her stuff. They copying my hair, tell them chop it off. And she swears that Cardi B, and they try to make
the stylist.
Yeah, remember she made reference to that. She made reference to Tokyo Styles going to go work with Cardi B and doing this and doing that there. But here's the thing, girl, and she made it seem like that Cardi B didn't really have her back. But girl, yeah, you're right. In a sense, that could be very much so looked at as karma. Period.
And that's why she traded in Tokyo Styles and went to somebody else, but I forgot who it is. But now Eric can say, man, baby, listen, he be slaying everybody's legs now. But I just feel like, it is what it is, and I don't care what nobody has to say. Like I said, I'm from Brooklyn originally, and we go hard for Little Kim. When I say Lighters Up, when her song Lighters Up and all of that, and all of those Little Kim classics, those are still popping, just like how Trina and Kaya, when they go at it, it's still popping to this day. Like when Little Kim classics come on, everybody starts to acting like they marrying freaking Kim. Like everybody gets to jump in, and you start acting like you Little Kim, you vibing and all of that. You get all hard, you start talking all deep how she used to be. I'm just telling you, I love that whole 90s era of Kim. That is my girl to this day. I don't care what nobody says, and I will express that to the fullest. I still love Kim. I still rep Kim to this day. I became a Nicki fan as I got older, but back then when she first came out, I was not with it. I was on the hate train and all of that. You couldn't tell me nothing, because like when I was like in high school, I wanted to be a Barbie, and that came from Little Kim. Like I was trying to wear pink, and I didn't wear the Barbie trains or nothing like that, because that wasn't just me, but I really thought I was a Barbie doll. You couldn't tell me nothing. I think maybe one year for Halloween or something like that.
Girl, now you was rambling, girl. Okay, girl, we got 40 people in here. Bye. Cause now you over here, you talking about Halloween. Get off of here. Bye, girl. Love you. Thanks for calling in. Okay. way up. Okay, hold on. I was trying to find before we get into some things. I was trying to find because she threw me off because I was with her until she started talking about Halloween. Hold on, let me see if I can find this Fendi piece. Hold on, let me see.
Kim got talent, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? And seeing certain shit, I kind of understand where Kim was coming from, but that's going to get the presence of your artist. Ass. So I me up on @BigFendi on Twitter. Gave me credits on the album.
Hold on. An ad. Hold on.
When it comes to trimming your balls, use the.
Hold on.
I'm not mad as shit.
No, what?
Nicki Minaj is arguing because I wanted her to be the sex symbol and talk about what?
Is that you really created Nicki?
I created Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Let's keep it moving. We off Nicki, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, let me see if I can find this. Okay, so here we go. I'm trying to. I forgot the exact part because I watched this like maybe 2 weeks ago. Let's see.
Shout out to Fendi for teaching me everything. You know what I'm saying? I read that. I was like, okay, where the fuck is the money at? Yeah, where the money at? That's what I'm saying. Like, but that's it. No deal. We're not even gonna have this interview about Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Let's keep it moving. We off Nicki, man.
But I do want the fans to know because she does have a lot of fans. That
yeah, well, they need. That's a question. Instead of hitting me up on @BigFendi on Twitter, asking me, yo, why you ain't loyal and you mad because Nicki? I'm not mad as shit.
No,
what
I want the fans to know
is what?
Is that you really created Nicki?
I created Nicki Minaj from zero. Nicki Minaj had a MySpace. It was a fucking flyer page. I changed her page. I changed her name. I changed her image. I mean, Nicki Minaj is arguing because I wanted her to be the sex symbol and talk about pussy and get niggas open. And she still talk about and ass. So is she following my blueprint? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. So what did it say? Where's that check at? I don't know. I mean, where's that check at?
The artist development.
Yeah, where's the artist development check that's bigger than 15,000? There's no reason why I'm not a couple of million in the bank just because. Young Money, holla at me.
All right, the other question we got one more Nicki question. This is the most important one because this leads into the next segue. Who idea was it to do the Little Kim poses, the Little Kim?
Okay, here we go.
Hairstyle that Nicki did, you know, some of the shit that she was doing. Was that your idea or Nicki's idea?
It was my idea to a certain degree. You know what I'm saying? It was like, all right, cool. We had to figure out something. I believe in shock value. I believe in doing something that's going to get the presence of your artist instantly. I don't believe in working on a 1 year, 2 year project where we grinding. So I was thinking of something that could really catch the attention for Nicki. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, let's do a Little Kim pose, which I felt like was one of the hottest poses in hip hop.
Yeah.
Let's do a Little Kim pose on some paying homage shit. Like, okay, you know, it ain't gonna be. It was no drama. It was like, all right, we do a Little Kim pose, and I think at the time, I don't even know how true it was, but it was like, yo, they thought Nicki had stuffed up panties with some tissue.
Yeah.
So I was like, yo, I don't know, but all we kept saying was, shorty had a big bird. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my idea. You know what I'm saying? And that was kind of one of the ideas that really got her attention. It wasn't about being Kim. You know, at that time, I can't even say that. Like, shorty's innocent at that time. You know, after working with Kim and seeing certain shit, I kind of understand where Kim was coming from, but that was my idea though.
So what's the relationship with Kim like now?
And I would just like to, before we move on, just for shits and giggles, saying a down low area is a big bird, like us gay people use that meaning like that's a big piece of dick. You know what I'm saying? So I never knew that women had big birds, that they were referred to as birds. I would think pockets or something like that, but a bird is like a beak, a bird, something that's a long, like a stiff bird. Like, I don't know. Like a but I don't know. Anywho, Nicki Minaj obviously had a big down there. Okay. Now he says that she was innocent, but again, he also said that it was his idea because it would get her attention. So they were trolling. So again, Usher was right in the idea of her being a product of Lil' Kim, period. But she was smart enough to capitalize and take it further. Because if she would have just been all Lil' Kim, she wouldn't have lasted this long. Does that make sense? But she's definitely a product. Okay, so let me take my other girl. Let's take another one. Okay, where is she at? I gotta find it. Okay, let me make sure this is the right one, because child, I'll be done. Is it 4205? Okay, yeah, that's the one I'm looking for. 4205.
Hi, Boo. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm okay. Just want to weigh in on this topic.
Okay, let's do it.
So your last sentence was something about how Usher is right. Lil' Kim is Nicki is a product of Lil' Kim, but she just took it further.
Yes.
That sentence right there makes her being a product of Lil' Kim instantly not true. I'm confused by this whole conversation simply because of this. If you are in your 30s and you've listened to hip hop, I remember my first time ever seeing a Lil' Kim poster or hearing anything about her was on the wall of a man. I heard about Lil' Kim through a lot of men, not through women. So it's really amazing me at, the women fans that she had, because I know that the fact that Lil' Kim really sold sex and really sold this bad beat persona really resonated with a lot of men. And I learned about Lil' Kim through men, and why I think that she was a brilliant artist, and I understand why everybody loves her. I can say that Lil' Kim invented the wheel, but it ain't about who invented it. It's about who had the better wheel. And Nicki Minaj has the better wheel. What I don't like is men in hip hop can be mediocre and can be a carbon copy of the man that came before them, but nobody asks them to bow down and pay homage. I hate that. It's only when it's women in hip hop that people want to talk about homage. Nicki Minaj would be a fool if she didn't understand that Kim and other women came before her. It's clear that she understands that. In her music and in her style, you can see that she understands that women came before her, and she took a little bit of that selling sex, selling a bad bitch persona, and made it her own. You can see that she understood that blueprint. But my whole thing is, what is up with people with this whole, but she got to pay homage? When people don't want to admit that the Lil' Kim got to pay a little bit of homage, because literally you don't hear her name unless Nicki Minaj is attached to it these days. Like, let's be honest. And I hate this whole conversation, because it's a lot of female rappers out here who you could say is walking around with the Lil' Kim blueprint, with the hair and the being overly sexual and all of that. It's a lot of rappers, but the only one people ever want to compare to Lil' Kim is that Nicki Minaj. And I hate that Usher did that, because Usher would never go on there and say, I'm a product of James Brown, so I don't want to see that versa, or Chris Brown is a product of me, so I don't want to see that versa. It only happened with females and female rap, which is why Nicki Minaj and Lil' Kim will never sit down at a table, because in female rap, they are taught that it can only be one queen. But in male rap, everybody's the king. I hate that.
Okay, you spoke on it. I'm with you on that though, but you're right. I disagree about the. I disagree though with the part where you said it avoids the statement, because she is still a product. In my opinion, she's still very much so a product of Lil' Kim. However, she did take it further. However, I feel like we would not, if she did not come out with this Lil' Kim blueprint-esque energy, I don't think that we would be really, I don't think she would have got a chance to take it to the next level. I don't think so. But the reason why, I think her beginnings started with the Lil' Kim stuff. And then once she got her bearings,
most artists,
she took off.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, but once she got her bearings, she came into her own.
But I think that's how most artists start. But I feel like it only get called out when it's a female artist. Even most male artists start off like their protege. Kanye West, Drake, they start off like their protege before they take off into their own. But they don't get the kind of criticism that Nicki Minaj gets. And just to end with this, because I also don't understand this, but this is a whole different conversation. And I'm going to say it like this. When I see a lot of dark-skinned black women capping for Lil' Kim, it really confuses me. It really confuses me because we have these deep conversations about colorism and all that in hip-hop, but this is your queen. That blows my mind every time. But, and I only brought it up because, like a few callers before, they said that this is about looks. So let's talk about it. This is about looks. Or did we only mean what she wear? Maybe we only meant what she wear.
Yeah, we definitely only meant what she wear, because I definitely ain't got time for the dark-skinned women today. Because, girl.
That's an easier conversation, so let's stay there. But, yeah, I just don't think it's, I don't think it's right. I don't think that, I think that it's a thin line between paying homage and to say that you got your entire style from somebody else. Because I don't necessarily think that's true. I see in the beginning, I can see when you put something on the market, you can push the product with a similar product to make it more appealing. I get that. But at the end of the day, they are still two different artists. And I think a versa would be nice, but it'll never happen because they are taught that two queens can't sit at the same table.
Thank you. Now you got people wanting here ready to call and argue with you, but we'll let you back on. You
it's
can stay
okay.
on.
I don't want to argue.
Thank you. Bye. All right.
Bye.
Because I'm like, I'm not finna do that dark-skinned black women shit today. I'm not finna do that. Baby, we'll be on that for a year. Then all of a sudden, then somehow it get turned on me. Like I'm not dark. Then I'm a colorist. I ain't got time for it. Okay. How long we been on here actually? Because we finna get up out of here. Because I got to later. It's almost 10 o'clock over here. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do one more and we're gonna wrap up. 03. Wait, actually, you know what? We gonna actually end on this. Oh well, he's here. Let me do that. 0336. Come on.
What's going on, Armon? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I am great, but I'm gonna be point blank. Old girl that just got off the phone, that is totally untrue. Because male artists are compared to each other. Because when Big Sean came out and sounded like Biggie, it was a nostalgia because he sounded like Biggie. But as soon as that second album came out, the second song, they was like, fuck you, you ain't Biggie. When Gorilla Black came out and sounded like Biggie out of California, then even nostalgia, he sounded like Biggie, but then the second song came out, you ain't Biggie. Here's the thing. She took the blueprint, and I'm impressed with that. She took it further. And I said the point of the fact is you still can pay roses to the person that gave you the blueprint. Yes, Kim was the wheel, and you made that wheel better. But without the goddamn wheel, you can't roll.
Right. Can you slow down the cursing?
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
But the point of the fact is most people don't want to pay respect to the people before them. Yes. You know, remember when Michael Jackson died and the Jackson came out and said, everybody play homage, but the one we've been looking for is here now, which Chris Brown came out.
Mm-hmm.
The time he started crying. They were looking for him because he's the birth child of Michael Jackson, and everyone sees it. Now he's taking it a step further. He's going a work further with it.
Well, he messed up his opportunity once he beat the hell out of Rihanna. That it messed Chris Brown up forever. That was the left turn he took.
That's true. That was the left turn. But the point of the fact is you have people who always put on people being further. When he came out, he sounded like Ice Cube. But he took it into his own hemisphere and made him his own self.
Okay.
Because the thing about it, these people open the doors for you. And you learn the style, but you develop your own self. Now, I am of a particular age. I took my daughter to go see Nicki Minaj. And I was impressed with her show. But the thing about it is I was also in the audience when I saw Lil' Kim at 1920. And was it like it? No. But you could see Kim birthed that child, but she took it a 7 first, somewhere a little bit further. So the point of the fact is, like she said, 2 queens can't sit at a table. But the thing about it is, one queen knows my time has come and gone. The other queen is an asshole, and she don't want to pay homage because she just, excuse me, I'm sorry.
Okay, yes, I'm going to let you go, but thank you so much. Thank you so much. You finna have me lose my whole bag. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna wrap it up there. If you didn't get on, if you didn't get to get on, you know how we do. Super chat your way to the top. Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye. Okay, yes. I love you guys all for that. Listen, woo, that was a lot. But it was nice to come and chat with you guys for a little bit. It's just most stupid. Did he say 1920? He meant 19 to 20 years old. Stupid. Not 1920 the year. All right. No. So seriously. Yeah. So I'm glad that you guys are here. In my mind, we're probably going to do a lot more lives. Live streams will probably be on Sundays. We're probably going to try to do them maybe once or twice a week. If we can, I'm going to be doing more uploads. I'm going to be adding some more segments to the channel. So I just want to thank you guys all for watching my reaction videos. We're going to add one more segment to the channel. So thank you for that. I want to thank you guys all for that. And you guys have really been supporting and watching the premiere. So thank you guys for doing that. You guys are really, really enjoying the reaction videos. And I'm getting a lot of good feedback on that. So yeah, we're going to limit the live streams, but you guys see, live streams are good. They just take a lot of energy and you can never control what people are going to say. However, our live streams will be a lot more open. And then, eventually we'll move them on to more of a radio platform so we can just say whatever we want. But live streams, so throughout the week, if you guys want me to cover certain topics and maybe I don't cover them in a reaction or something like that, live streams, it'll be more of an open discussion. So you guys will be able to talk about whatever you want. Like you'll bring up the topic, and maybe topics that I talk about during that week. When we get back together, it'll just be more of a call-in type of show like this. Probably less commentary from me, more call-in from you guys, bringing up topics and that you guys want to talk about throughout the week. So that's how I want to kind of start doing it. And so, yeah, it was time for us to grow this channel, okay? So thank you guys all for your support. And we still doing the members only. We still doing all that. And make sure you guys follow me on Instagram, Twitter, all that. And we're going to try this for a little bit. If it don't work, we can always go back. So shout out to that. And I love you all for watching. And until next time, keep that same energy. And I'll see you soon. Bye.